Hi, I'm Delit. I love cross stitch, and I'm going to share a project with you that I recently started working on again. So I started it initially about 10 years ago. It is a design by a lady named Barbara Anna. Um, it's called House on Hill Sampler, and I got it from a website called cyberstitchers.com. Let me see that. There you go. And so I don't have a picture of the pattern, but I've done a good portion of it. So I'm just going to show that to you. Please ignore the fact that I used this masking tape originally and it has left a nasty yellow mark around my fabric, and my fabric gotten soiled and dingy. I have enough here that I can cut it off or tuck it under, so it won't be a problem. The soiled part is down here when I finally frame it, but this is the house on the hill. And we have a nice little alphabet. I've started the numbers. Still have a few things to do. This is 14 count white Ada, and I'm using a hoop this time, even though usually I stitch in hand. Wow, it's so nice and easy to just stick my needle through the great big holes in 14 count Ada. I use a size 26 needle, which has a nice big eye still for putting the thread in. I'm doing two threads over, you know, I'm doing two threads. It's Ada, so it's not over anything. But DMC floss, she does have floss numbers listed that are DMC that are variegated that you can use for certain things that I didn't do. But if you were to do this pattern, you might want to. I don't know if she has it available for sale, and I doubt Cyber Stitchers is still around, but maybe I'm wrong. I didn't really look. Barbara Anna has other beautiful designs for sale. You can check them out. I know she has some for sale on Etsy. I'm not sure if she has her own website or if there are other places you can order her patterns. But let me just show you some of the things I still have left to do. Well, first, one regret. I did this on white, which I really liked doing it on white at the time, but I wasn't thinking about the bumblebee wings, which are white, and the white birdhouse just not really showing up. The sheep will do okay once I finish this green hill that comes all the way to here. There's a little bit of a couple sheep that don't show up as well, but you know they're sheep and which part is white. But here, let me hold it up closer. I wanted you to see that even up close, it's really hard to see the white wings and the birdhouse. They just kind of disappear into the fabric. So I will probably need to do some back stitching around those to make sure that they show up properly. And it's not a design that really calls for back stitching, except for here on the house, where I need to back stitch around the door and add windows. The rest of it doesn't really have that. It's mostly cross stitch. Down here, I need to put in a row of satin stitches in a light yellow. Down here at the bottom, it's not. It's still cross stitch, but there's another border to add that's light blue and kind of a rolling look to it, like waves. I need to add my numbers and the date when I finished it. She didn't really give a place to put my initials, so I'll need to figure that out. I kind of like putting my initials in a pattern. Um, so other things that I still need to do and finish, this flower vine. The vine is done, but I need to add more flowers and the little leaves that are a different color. The bees are all done. I think there's like 3 of them, and the flowers and the alphabet. This border needs some white put in there. I need to finish this flower and add a leaf. I need to finish my sun. And my house, besides the back stitching, needs to finish the roof here and here. The chimney's there, but I need to add smoke. And there's some blue clouds and some crows. I need to finish this tree. My sheep and flowers and dog are all finished in my fence. My birdhouse. My bird needs a beak and a French knot for eyes. Um, Over here, there's another bird, a bluebird, that I need to do, and I need to finish the tree branches. I think some more leaves, but I've got all the pears finished. Um, and really, I think that's all that's left to be done on it. Every time I pick this up, I enjoy stitching it. It makes me very happy. Um, and it's the first sampler that I started working on. It will probably be the first one that I finish. Frame it. I don't know where I'm going to hang it. Maybe in my bedroom. Um, and yeah, I just wanted to share this project with you that I'd had buried in some boxes, and I found the pattern, but I hadn't found the fabric. And so when I came across it, I just got started up right on it and kind of haven't worked on anything else while I've had this out. That does not mean that I've done a lot on it. I haven't been feeling too well, so I've just worked on it a little bit. But this is the one that I've been working on when I work. Um, so yeah, it's so easy to stitch on. It's easy to just grab it and pick it up and work on it. I had run it out of, I mean, I didn't have some of the floss colors, and there's still a couple that I don't have, or that I didn't find. So I went to Michael's and got some more floss. And this is my organization that I've been using. It's also probably I couldn't find the project, and yeah, or the floss that I had already bought. But so I just bought a whole bunch of floss at Michael's, so that I would have what I needed to work on it. And then I just have stuck my scissors and package of needles in my bag to just have them handy. Um, and that's kind of what I do with my loose threads. So I'm not someone who will be doing an organization video for everybody to watch. I mean, sometimes I find something that I like to be more organized for a project or in general, but I have a lot of my stuff in boxes, and so it's just kind of hard to get to them. And so I just have kind of a mishmash of how I do things. Um, yeah, I think. Oh, I was gonna point out that, like, I just store my needle in the fabric, and you can see it's left a little bit of a mark there. Not a mark, but like the fabric shows a bump where that's happened. Um, Probably a bad habit. Other people use needle minders or pin cushions, which is a good idea. And then also, I've kept it in a hoop for 10 years instead of taking it out of the hoop like you're supposed to. And so it would leave a crease that will be very hard to iron out, or that's been my experience in the past, and a ring of dust or dirt or oil that may not come out all that well. So, however, I did at least get a hoop that was big enough to not crush my stitches. And I have enough fabric here that it should be able to be framed without um, showing any of that. That should be okay. I did want to show you a book, but it takes too long to show you the whole book. But I just thought I would mention this book that I have called Cross Stitch. It came out in 1996. They reprinted it in 2009, but it's probably out of print, by Dorothy Wood. I don't know if you heard that, Dorothy Wood. My sound system isn't great. I just use my laptop to record these videos. I only paid $5.99 for this 10 years ago, so you might be able to find it inexpensively, like on eBay or somewhere. 150 projects, and like it has a ton of projects in here. And I will just show you two of them to give you a sense. I really love most of everything in here. Um, and it would take me forever to show you all these, and the book is kind of heavy. So I'm just going to show you two of my favorites. Three. This stool cover. Beautiful Celtic knot, which I was thinking you could, instead of making it a stool cover, frame it like a round project and put up on the wall. I would love that. And my friend assures me that if I made her something with a Celtic knot, she would put it up. She said my door handles are Celtic knots. I have a bunch of other things that are Celtic knots. It has more than just Celtic and medieval designs in here, some traditional and folk art type designs. However, my favorite ones that I want to show you are, uh, at least two of them are Celtic. So, the one I want to make for the first project I'll have made in this book, I would love to make the stool cover, but I need to do something where I don't need to buy more fabric, and I don't have the fabric I would need to make that. So that is for later. I'll make it someday. You know how that goes when you have a whole bunch of designs. But anyhow, this bookmark. My mother mentioned she would love it if I made it for her. I would like one. I think my friend who likes Celtic knots would like it. And it looks like a small, fun project to make. And then the other, there's so many in here. I guess this is a Celtic knot, actually. It's a chessboard. I was thinking of making it for me. Guess, not that I play chess all that much. I just think it's pretty. I do like chess. I'm not particularly good at it. Um, I'm not sure I'm even average at it, really. Sorry, getting this ready. So I guess you could do that on a different color fabric or not black and white, but I like the traditional black and white. The black squares you stitch the background, so it's a CC work. The other squares you do stitch the design with black thread. But I thought that was nice. So those are the three I'm going to show you. There's a whole bunch more. But like I said, it's from 1996 originally. So some of it you might find a little dated unless you like those patterns. I like a lot of them because 1996 is when I was kind of young. Not so much anymore. But hope you enjoyed the video. Leave any comments or questions you have for me in the area below. Thank you.